Hello! How are we all doing tonight? It is LDP time yet again. Alright. You know what? I could actually just do it this way. There. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Okay. Oh, whatever. Alright. Let's go to the game. There we go. Phoenix Wright. This is the bonus case. Let's see how sound levels are. Seems maybe a bit loud. Let's turn it down a few. Seems maybe a bit loud. Let's turn it down a few. Yeah, that should be good, I think. Actually, maybe just... There. That should be good, I think. So we are now in the courtroom. This is the first day of the trial. You will remember last week... what was it? Oh, there was the district judge, or not judge, or whatever. Chief prosecutor, I believe. It was accused of a murder, and she is now admitting to it. And I have to, I guess, just sit idly by and watch her do that. And I'm with her sister, who might or might not be related to Maya. I'm not entirely sure. And also Edgeworth is the prosecutor, so Edgeworth has to go against basically his own boss. It's gonna be a wild. It's gonna be a wild ride. Let's see where this goes. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather... Wait, no, I gave her a Karen voice. What Karen voice did I give her? Fuck. I'll have to come up with a new one. Or rather... Wait, did I... No. I gave the lunch lady the erotic voice. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you... You remind me a lot of Maya. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is... You're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Boom, boom. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth. All by myself. It's not like Maya really did all that much. Like, yeah, there was that whole speech about how, oh, she's not useless. Nah, she's kind of useless. She just happened to have, like, that one stroke of accidental, I guess, well-timed genius that was really just her getting captured and delaying the trial. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. I hope the personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an impardonable crime. Not only this, she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office hall. Lot. Wow! He's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. I still need to... I don't remember what voice I gave her. However, she will now pay for the... She will now pay for this rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Her crime? Are we giving her the death sentence? Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the first witness, Ms. Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Oh, in other words, Tuhla. I'm sorry, the cough-up queen. Like, I think that's maybe why I got, like, the erotic vibe off of her, because just, like, it makes me immediately think of, like, Tuhla. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the
caviar lunch, right?
Ho ho! Caviar! I've never... Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before!
And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
And you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well,
Your Honor, how does it taste?
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts!
I've never had caviar. I don't know if I would like that.
I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? I don't think I want to know. Hello, Nicholas. Name, profession, now.
Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting that. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Very well.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court,
As I am a professional.
What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Ms. Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Oh, yeah. I thought there was something sinister about her.
What? Miss Star was a detective?
Aha! Aha! I knew who you were. Cough up! Cough up, Queen! Angel Star!
Cough up, Queen, Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with your description, Ms. Star.
If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates these two blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes. The crime took place by a car in the back of a block in the car's trunk. Of a block, yeah. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Witness, did you say the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth.
Seems that some poor losers are unable to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Ms. Starr. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriends. How touching.
As you can see, there was no room for doubt. The key point to your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel?
So, how does it feel to be utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come.
How did you know?
Oh, that's exactly... Bye, Nicholas.
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet, their methods were ugly and twisted. twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady. The lunch lady's uniform opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used killing off a detective who knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I would still be one.
Laid off?
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr.
This boyfriend, he's a detective?
Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick to the lunches, thanks.
Note to self. Note to self. The judge had to think before replying. Hey, Arus. How are you doing? It's up on the second level. As you can see everything from there.
Incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. You sense something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I had no idea.
I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective?
Yes, well, He was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A pale white cheese. Not yet tangy, with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Well, that must be hard. Yellowed and sharp as a tack. Then I must be hard. Yellowed and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with the door of an old cheese to match. With the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Hello, Attorney Logan. Case is going well. I just realized how, like, absolutely fucking exhausted I am, so this could be... Well, I guess I can't save during the trial, so I may have to... I'll probably finish that and then end the stream, but we'll see. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth, sir?
Mr. Edgeworth, sir?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly state the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Oh, no.
That was... inspiring?
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
I think this lady is just doing the persona Elle was doing last night, the over-pretentious persona. Just not using, like, all of the big words to say really nothing.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over, and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes was rigged with a camera.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you? A prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly...
Well, this is most certainly the defendant. So, what was the defendant doing at this time?
The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand.
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'll say the blade was about 4 inches long. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
Is that how big Mr. Edgeworth's knife is? Okay. Is he circumcised?
Yes, that is about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. They fucking knew! Okay, I was making a joke. They fucking knew what they did. Hey, Ketsu. Vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
You can testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious why, because she was a prosecutor and Angel kind of, like, didn't mind that she was dying. Personally, I think she might have done it herself, but...
The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
Yeah, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. You can make it. You said that before.
Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? This it? Is this my sister? Is my sister guilty?
Okay, the knife is in her... Wait. Is it? No, I think that's in her left hand. Yep.
And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife.
As I've already said, yes, I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. Ew.
That sounds disgusting.
I'm sure that was a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Every time I look, it makes me laugh. Anyway. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection. Objection? That has to have been the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yes, it was still stronger than your even feeble mind. Ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
And how can you tell this?
Blood.
Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but there could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problems here.
No problem, except you.
No problem, except you.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Wait! This contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you ran out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph.
Wait! Well, are those gloves? Are those gloves?
Surgical gloves. Made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. To take of... Oh.
Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Premeditated murder. A serious offense. She fucking did it. Angel fucking did it.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like, driving gloves?
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words,
when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. I'm sorry that they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
It's only a I don't know what to do here.
This entire case is 7 hours long, according to this video. Holy shit. Okay, what is he? The knife? Okay. Hey, DJ Ronnie. Today is your Friday. You will check your Discord. Okay. Thank you. And she's hot. Yeah. I like I said, I thought there was kind of like a seductive quality to her, and then like the writing kind of confirmed that. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. Definitely. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned the murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh! This knife just happened to be in the trunk of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Ugh. Order! Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is the lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lorna Skye, murdered a detective with a knife.
I mean, yeah, but, like, that would determine, like, what she's actually being charged with.
That is the only thing that the prosecution needs proof of. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now.
But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, what?
I believe
I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now? The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza...
does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? No, but you're planning to eat pizza.
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Hey, Renee. You've said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie.
I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie.
Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked.
Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why do you believe the suspect had intentions of to murder the victim?
Her actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victims all the way to the prosecutor's office.
You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there.
You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts?
Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts?
There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Mrs. Lorna Skye's phone.
She might have written her a letter. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. Shit.
What kind of grudge?
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge.
Well, that we know of. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside?
How am I supposed to know?
See, we agree that there's a lunchbox here, but you don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty.
The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
Again and again? A human machine? That's a contradiction!
It's... yeah. Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth. Size smells like citrus fruit.
You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly?
We often say, chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? Let's just say
she stabbed him several times, and leave it at that.
wait, shit.
You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you with my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Ms. Star. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. This autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a bug! He's my hero, really!
Well, witness?
You got a crime scene set, right? Thanks? I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now, I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood in her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Her red muffler?
Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So, she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose.
But wait! Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood?
Well, people often mistake my...
Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib.
I guess I can see that. Not really. That's why this place feels like kindergarten so much. Yeah.
Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. I don't know what she's talking about. That's not read in any capacity.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler in any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
Huh? But
Only a professional lunch lady could be so unruly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
I think my normal voice might actually do pretty well for her. Just like nerdy, nasally. But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red. Really.
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and approached the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. The most important part?
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum?
There was an oil drum that was kicked over, so... Oh, she's beautiful. But deadly. A predator. This one, a leopard woman. Rawr!
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the
So,
Where is this partition on the floor plans?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car.
That's right.
She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
You can't do that.
You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her and her the whole time. Shit. Oh, presser.
I'd like to see this one on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was...
She was a visitor, thus she was parked in the B block.
So, you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing! The cough-up queen? Lunch lady? Athlete, indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word.
What about like a car muffler?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone?
She can't mean...
By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory, it's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court does not see Ms. Starr.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use this phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
Apparently, it was out of order. And so, she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen closely.
I'll only say this one time, so listen closely, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then, she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket and during that time, you claimed
climbed over the chain link fence.
Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this.
What is it, Mr. Wright? What is it, Mr. Wright?
She made to escape? Can you be more specific?
She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see. Like a dollop of bird on a pail of full grease. Of full grass.
Huh?
She even kicked over an oil drum at me.
An oil drum?
But it's strange.
What's that?
She wanted to escape. Why didn't she run to the other way?
The other... Ah!
The parking lot entrance.
Ah, the parking lot entrance.
That's right.
It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition of the oil drums. Excellent. More mysterious. Or mysteries. I mean, this game assumes that people are thinking in their right mind when they, like, commit a murder like that. This game just assumes that everybody is always thinking in their right mind and never just, like, makes really bad decisions in the heat of the moment based on just quick fight or flight. Fight or flight does not exist in this universe. Everything must be logical. Hello, El.
Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it.
But she didn't do it. You have to believe me.
Murder is generally premeditated. Well, we're trying to argue that fact. We're trying to argue that it wasn't premeditated. But, and, yes. Yeah, but, like, what I'm saying, Elle, is, like, even premeditated murder, if, like, something unforeseen happens, like, you know, a witness who's 30 feet away from you, if something unforeseen happens, like, it kind of, like, a murder kind of relies, especially a premeditated murder, kind of relies on, like, a very specific plan, and if there is any wrench at all in those plans, you then have to improvise, and a lot of stupid stuff can happen when you improvise. Just ask me. I've been improvising this stream for like 2 years, and I've said a lot of stupid shit. And I didn't... Presumption that the murderer was not insane as well. I'm not even saying the murderer was insane. I'm saying that sane people... Like, you should know as well as I do that, like, even sane people... You know, fight or flight is a thing. Like, even you should know, like, even sane people make seemingly dumb decisions when they are just trying to fight or flight. Because then, like, any sort of rational part of your brain is just overtaken by, quick, I need to do something. Whatever that thing is to get away. Even if it is just, like, get away from her in that split second. Do you have a plan? No, you might just go in the other way. I'm just saying, like... that all people are capable of suicide, which is the opposite of most countries.
Okay. Oh, shit.
I don't know. I feel like I have to present the cell phone, but I'm not sure where I have to present that. You have to present the autopsy, I guess? Okay. I should have seen that line in the Death Note anime too. What line? Oh, about how, like, everyone's capable of suicide? Okay. I don't remember that, but I believe you. Wait, fuck. Oh, okay, I see. just skipping through this because I've already seen it. Objection. Oh, yeah. Right, it's this. This is the autopsy, yeah. Okay, we're now, like, at the right part. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Ms. Lana Skye.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Mr. Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Ms. Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in the B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star. Okay. But say the witness did actually see Ms. Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Ms. Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask you a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? It's highly likely that's where she was. You think? Oh shit. Okay, I was penalized for that. Fuck. Oh, in the security office, I guess. Or not. Yeah. I don't know what... this is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. The security guard room?
Indeed, the security room is the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in the A block. The only place where she could have see the crime, and the back of the partition is here. I remember your testimony. You said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Ms. Starr,
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could have turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star.
Order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Mr. Wright, doesn't that strike you as odd? Why did Ms. Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands.
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If the witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So, tell us what her reason was. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? But me? Who else? But she lied and said she saw it from the B block. It must make a vital difference, but why? What would change?
Distance, I think.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear.
What she saw was not in question here. What matters is the time it would have taken her to reach the scene of the crime. Ms. Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to get from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? You... Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right? I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
Still here, just watching a bit of Retro Ryan too. Alright, cool. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Huh? Oh. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking lot in B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But if that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him...
I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest? Think about it. You could make pasta in the amount of time. If you like it al dente.
I've got pasta that lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
A 5-minute blank isn't that... a 5-minute blank isn't that strange.
Strange? Strange?
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Mr. Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Yes.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness to account her professional history.
We did it! We screwed that can shut. Mr. Wright?
I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
I'd prefer to not take up the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witnesses, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland menu says, you won't be disappointed. Alright, bye, Arus. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention I have 3 boyfriends in forensics?
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the two rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
There was... What about, like, the surprise evidence and shit that was...
Okay. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence. At least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so, Edgeworth. Sure is. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe had already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Nah. Ugh. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to assure that the guilty are properly judged. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Oh, I can save. Can I?
Oh, I can save, okay. I might actually do that, because I might end this stream early, because like, my head really hurts, and I am, like, strangely tired.
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence.
When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Star. Let's just get this over with. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime?
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime.
The shoe was my secret weapon, if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunch boxes, gentlemen. In any case, you removed
valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next. You brought it into the forensics department.
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do this, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie?
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB, and type O negative. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually,
we can determine between millions of different types with all of the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific.
You ordered the...
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole val of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
A problem? If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there was one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'll give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? I wonder if you noticed, there's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife.
Well, first of all, that's not even, like, the right color of shoes.
The problem lies in the footprint. The
Footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime?
A. Mike Wolf. "12 people watching, only 6 likes." Well, I can make it... Oh, well, you gave it 7. I can make it 8. There you go.
Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. This contradicts your crime about this shoe. The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because We checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! Well, witness.
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright. It's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think! Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
I see. Now I get it. Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked from the very end to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator. A leopard woman. Rawr.
I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that... I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently, you're not... the slowest conveyor belt on the lunchbox factory.
That's kind of a stretch for a pun. That's extremely a stretch.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum was kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water.
Water?
What does that mean? Do you want to know the reason she kicked it over? The real reason?
Do you want to know the reason she kicked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would become evidence against her.
That ties things up quite nicely. The blood stains left on the victim's shoes tie quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why? That's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well,
I see no reason to prolong the trial. Mr. Wright, do something.
Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime. And she tried to conceal it? But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody fingerprint? You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody fingerprints? Or, footprints? Well... I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Well, wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberations has passed. Any further comments? And you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this.
Photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no reason for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey! It's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. I'm sorry, Mia. And actually, I think here I'm going to save. Because I think there's like another witness after this, and yeah, I am exhausted. It's going to be a short stream, I'm sorry, but...
Let's find someone to raid. Again, sorry it's gonna be a short stream, but I am just I am not feeling well. All right. Oh, shit. You know what? Let's raid Sir Jacob. AL. Yeah, sorry, it's a short stream, but let's raid Sir Jacob because he is doing a collaboration with Jilly D. And they are both playing Overwatch 2. So, go raid Sir Jacob, or Jilly D, I suppose. Either way. It seems like you'll both be getting the same stream. And, yeah, that'll be it. Again, sorry it's a early end to the stream. I'm not feeling the best. Oh, he always collabs with Jilly. This is the first time I've noticed, but still. Anyway, go raid Sir Jacob. Again, sorry for the early end to the stream. Thursday, I will be doing Artanelico. Saturday morning, I will not be doing anything. Anything YouTube related. Saturday night, let's see, I will be doing something for Eldiner Cinema. Let's see how the poll is. Still at 4 votes, and it looks like Lawnmower Man is still in the lead. I think LCX said he was. I think LCX said she wanted to see me play watch Kung Pao. That only has 1 vote for it, so I don't know. I don't know if Elle was the one who voted for that, or if it was Wolfpack who was the one who initially wanted it. But I mean, like, if you vote for that, that would make that kind of oh, you never voted? Okay. I was gonna say, if you voted for Kung Pao, I think that might push it over the edge to have that at least tie. I'm not 100% sure, though. Anyway. But yeah, I will be watching a movie. If you do want to vote anyone, you can go to my channel and go to the posts tab. The current options are Lawnmower Man, Ghost in the Shell Arise, Kung Pao, or Exo Squad. Lawnmower Man is in the lead. The other two being Kung Pao and Exo Squad with 1 vote each. Ghost in the Shell, no votes. So that will be Saturday night. Sunday night, I'm actually not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing. I have a couple of different thoughts, and I think I will decide on something by Thursday, but I have a couple of different thoughts. Rygar for NES being one. I might restart Axe Battler, because I don't think the game is particularly long, so I might be able to beat that in like maybe 4 or 5 parts. Let's see. Evo is another one I have on my list. I don't know how long that game is, but I think I could also maybe beat that in under 5 parts. Those are a couple of thoughts I have for Sunday. Monday, I will be playing Game Gear games beginning with the letter R, and then Tuesday, we will continue on with the trial and probably go into some more investigation stuff. So, thank you guys so very much for watching. Always super appreciated. Special thank you to my members, Arus218, LCX, and Orc Warchief Reviews. And thank you to everybody for watching tonight. Thank you, Arus218, DJ Ronnie G, LCX, Mike Wolf, Nicholas W, Renee W, and Ketsu Sanya. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Good night. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Bye, everyone.
It's the outro, and here's the outro freak. Freddy Freak of Interpretation, sweeping the nation, doing his thing. But wait, if you wanna see more of me, become a member, watch some movies on LDN Cinema, play some games on Rum Roulette and request to be part of the community. Join the Discord, talking about games, music, rum requests, and more. Join now. That's all of the plugs that I've made. Thank you all for watching. Now let's raid!